Welcome to Community Taking Action, ABCD's program highlighting people and organizations doing great things in and around the Boston area. Today, we are fortunate to have with us Angelina Camacho, the manager of the Financial Futures Initiative at ABCD. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
The Financial Futures Initiative.
Yes.
So I know our audience is dying to know, what is it?
The Financial Futures Initiative supports the overall mission of ABCD in empowering individuals to live stronger lives. So we do that by increasing one's economic mobility. We do that by helping to access resources, build working capital, and help with planning to save.
What are some of the ways that you do that?
Well, the first way is to make any financial plan real, and you can only make it real with money. So one of the ways we put money into the hands of individuals is through the work they've already done, especially our tax program. Taxes are an area where people are very confused. A lot of times they put too much in the system or too little in the system or leave credits on the table. And we're part of the tax program that is across the city that makes sure that individuals get the money needed.
You help people to do their taxes or to understand their taxes?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
We are the leading partner of the Boston Tax Help Coalition, and so we are part of a larger program, the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program run by the IRS. But locally, as the leading partner, we are at 13 different locations with qualified preparers that not only prepare taxes, they help taxpayers understand the tax law and access the credits that are available based on the work performed and the taxes that are due.
You say a qualified preparer, so that means, I imagine, a volunteer?
Yes, volunteer power is essential to making the program work. We have a countless number of volunteers, generally about 100 that serve at the ABCD sites in particular, that are IRS certified every year in order to be updated on the current tax law, and so they're not working from old information.
Because tax law changes
every year.
Right.
And based on their current tax law information and their current certification, they are best able to help individuals understand and apply the tax law.
How does one qualify to get help?
So if you've earned under $53,000, all you have to do is call your local ABCD site. We're at 13 different locations this year, 10 of them being in Boston's neighborhoods, and we're ready and waiting. Taxes are starting soon. The season opens on January 20th, and so we'll be going all the way to the end of tax season on April 15th. And so you can call your local ABCD site, or you can call our Tax Help Central office at our downtown location.
The service you provide is free?
Yes, completely free. We provide electronic filing for current year returns and paper filing for prior year returns. And then, of course, no matter where you are in the pipeline, there's always the issue of what to do with your refund.
Right.
And a lot of folks don't know that not only do we file electronically for both the federal and state returns, we also do other services for free, including direct deposit.
So the refund, if someone's getting a refund, can go right back into their check?
That's right. It can go right back into their checking account or their credit union account, either their checking or savings. We can even split the refund between two accounts if they want to spend a little and save a little. I mean,
good idea.
Right? And we always have plans for our refunds, but having savings as one of those plans is always essential.
Right.
And then there are other ways to engage in longer term savings. We can also help you to purchase a savings bond with a portion of your refund.
The one that I'm most familiar with is the earned income credit or tax credit, but I imagine there are others like that that exist.
Absolutely. The biggest working credit that spurs more families out of poverty than any other credit is the earned income tax credit. It helps low to moderate income individuals earn working capital or through tax refunds, basically just for working and not being able to be competitive earners. So it bridges the gap for individuals who worked really hard, but just didn't make as much as other individuals have. And so that's a great credit. That's also a federal credit as well as a state credit, because the state of Massachusetts is one of the few states who have a EIC match. And so our match in this state is 15%. So where the current EIC credit for 2014 tax year is just over $6,000, the state will then give you 15% more just for qualifying for the federal credit.
And how do I know if I qualify for all these credits? You may not, I work, I just want to get what's coming to me. How do I know that? Can I figure it out on my own, or do I really need Is there a box I check or?
Well, that's the key to taxes, right? It's so complex. And so the best way is to go to someone who is qualified to provide assistance. And again, our ABCD sites will have 13 locations this year, and we can give you all kinds of information about the earned income credit or earned income tax credit, the child tax credit, and even the newer tax credits this year around the premium tax credit and the Affordable Care Act.
In simple terms, the Affordable Care Act and the whole health care thing, I mean, everyone has heard a little bit about it. What does someone who's filing their taxes need to know?
Well, in Massachusetts, you need to know that because the national model was built on the state model, we're in a really good place.
Nice.
So if you hear a lot of the articles trying to scare individuals into running to a paid preparer, you don't have to worry about that because there are very few individuals who are uninsured and subject to the shared responsibility payment, or essentially the fee for not having health insurance.
So you have to have health insurance?
Yes.
Or
you have to pay
a fee.
Correct. It's called the shared responsibility payment this year.
You mean I have to pay because I didn't get health insurance?
Well, yes, but then the state and the federal government have to pay if you go to a hospital for your primary care. Emergency care costs much more than to have access to a primary care physician. And so not only is it just about paying to keep the care system going, but it's about being able to access your primary care physician before it becomes an emergency. And wouldn't you like to be healthy year-round instead of having to worry about how to pay a larger bill for an emergency room visit? And so having universal health care or nearly universal health care in the state of Massachusetts has been a good thing since it became part of the tax law in 2006 and actively in 2007.
You've been doing this program for a while. How successful is it?
Well, I would say that we're at a point where we're producing about 5,000 returns a year. Wow. We're returning about $8 million, well, actually a little over $8 million in tax refunds. And
I didn't see any.
No, you got to come to our site.
Okay.
So in addition to that, our accuracy rate is usually between 94 and 96%. So we, on certain years, on our better years, we beat the national average for accuracy.
And how long has ABCD and you been providing this service?
ABCD has been providing tax services for 25 years. I've been part of the tax program for 9 and with ABCD for 5.
Because you use a lot of volunteers, how can volunteers find out about the program, and how can viewers find out where to go, website, phone number, etc.?
Absolutely. Volunteer help is still needed, and it's absolutely essential to the success of our program. If volunteers would like to select a training and be on the ground with us, you would just go to www.bostoncares.org and you would select an ABCD site. And then you can sign up for a training. If you would like to receive service from us, all you have to do is call your local ABCD site and find out when an appointment is available, or you can always visit our website at www.bostonabcd.org to find the locations that are currently serving for this tax year.
Well, Angie, I want to thank you for both your expertise and your information. I'm sure that everyone who's looking to get some taxes done will appreciate it, and I assume, I will project that many people will be calling to get their taxes done.
I hope so.
You may be too busy, but don't blame us.
We can never be too busy for the folks that need us in the community, so we're willing to welcome them.
Excellent. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
That concludes our program for today. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and if you've missed any episodes, you can find them on YouTube. Thank you for joining Community Taking Action. I am your host, Eric Mitchell. Until next time.